In this video, I will show you how to do an initial configuration of Netgear Engage and add a first device, a router. Netgear Engage is a program available for both PC and Mac and can be run from the hard drive, a USB stick, or saved in a shared folder so that multiple people can work with the same set of files. However, not yet simultaneously, unfortunately. The software can manage Netgear's Pro AV switches, routers, and the latest access points, and can be downloaded for free from Netgear's website. So here is a list of supported devices. The left column here is the switch series, M4250, M4300, M4350 and M4500. You can also manage and add PR460X router, that's the device we will use today in this video, and 2 access points. To download the program, just press the download button. You are sent to the download page, and there is a version for Mac and for Windows. I have already downloaded the file and installed the program, but I haven't started it for the first time. So let's do that. So the first page we are presented with is a login page. And since this is a first boot, I will need to set a password for accessing the program. I'll press next. I then have to set a site name. I'll just call it demo and description demo. And a site password. This password will be set on the switches and other devices that we add to Engage. I then choose which network card will be used to scan the network for devices. And in my case, I'll just stick with the dynamic IP address. And press next. If we have access points, we can set the global settings here. For example, the SSID, what will be the name of the network we connect to, and the password, as well as information about where we are so that the channels, the frequencies can be set appropriately for different countries. And then we are at the device setup page. On this page I see that we do not have any managed devices yet. However, there is a PR460X in the network that's not yet managed. So let's press the onboard button here. This device has been reset, so it's factory default. So I will choose the use device default password. If I had set a previous password, I could have entered it here, or if it was the controller site password, I could check this box instead. But this device has been reset, so it's a default. And I press add. I then choose the LAN interface that I'm connected to here and apply. So it's been moved from discovered devices to managed devices, and I press the next button. I am presented with a page with the default network, the VLAN that will be added to the device. We will talk more about the VLANs and profiles in a later video. And I press finish. This router has been updated before, so this is quite short process. But if it had been, for example, a device that needed a firmware update, the update would have been downloaded, installed, and the device rebooted. And then I press go to devices. I can now see the device as managed. I see the demo site that I set up. We can add more sites if you want under controller management. For example, one for each customer, or one for a demo site and one for a real site in our offices or something like that. I can name the router, so I'll just name it simply router here. There are also some other menus here, topology for example. Of course, there is only one device yet, so right now it's just the one, but in a later video we'll add 3 switches here, for example. Under site neighbors, we will see devices connected in this network. Also something that will be populated when we add more switches. Under site settings, we can manage the VLAN, the profile, and we can also add a DHCP server. This has been added by default since this is a router, and the router itself has this IP address 192.168.1.1 with a standard subnet mask. Under pool start is the first IP address that will be handed out when a computer asks for a lease. I changed that from .2 to .100, for example. And this is the last one that will be leased. And I press apply. Wireless settings, if we have access points, MDNS gateway for being able to send MDNS packets between VLANs. So we'll go back to devices. Under the device itself, we can press either the configure button for some features or these 3 buttons for example, send out the configuration again, update firmware manually, reboot the system, or go to the UI of the device. We can also go to configure, and then we configure this particular device. This looks a bit like the switches, but a simplified view. We here see the device, a graphical representation of it. Port 1 is the internet connection in this case, and WAN 1 is the internet connection. LAN 1 here is where I am connected with my computer. I have a switch connected to LAN 2, but it's not on yet. We'll do that in the next video. Down here is some general information about the router itself, about the configured VLANs profiles, and some information about current load and the fan and temperature. That's all I had planned to show you in this video. In the next video we will add some switches and see what happens with those and how to add more VLANs to the Engage program.